Hello everyone, welcome. Hawkins here. This is Factorio. We're doing the There Is No Spoon achievement, and this is the start of the series, so I'm going to spend about a minute or so explaining a few things we're going to be doing, and then we'll get right into it and try to be speedy. So Factorio, for those of you who have never played it, shame on you. You're going to probably want to come in here, start out if you've never played or not spent, hours like most of us pre-watching a bunch of stuff to get an idea. Go ahead into the start campaign, and there's a number of different campaign options here. Walk through them. They're fairly well explained, and they really give you good basics for starting stuff. You could also go to new game and start up the map generator. But I've actually found a map already that I'm going to be starting here, and we're going to load it up there, and this is going to be the map that we're going to play on right here. Let's see. Oh, can't pause and open the map. There you go. So this map has a whole bunch of water up top, basically a full water barrier up top. So we're going to be that's going to be cut off. There's lakes here, and I think there's probably these lakes probably don't connect to this. Down south, we've got some coal. We got big things of copper, a little thing of copper there. This is the iron deposits. We got 3 big ones there and a tiny little one over here. And this is actually partially why I really like the idea of starting on this map. There's a little patch of iron here that's probably not more than enough for about 4 iron electric mining drills, but that'll give us enough to get us started with, right next to the stone and coal, with the copper within a quick walk distance. So just back to the to this page. This was the photo I took of the, some of you want to know what the map settings are. I can put the link in the string later some point for the map string for this map. It's not on peaceful mode, so we are going to get ganked by the aliens. Enemy bases are on high. Yeah, so the starting area I said is big, so we won't get jumped on right away, because I want to spend a lot of time really explaining what we're doing in the early part. And that's just the screenshot of it. So let's go ahead and get right into things. We have 8 hours, as you can see in the top left corner here. 8 hours. We've already blew 8 seconds. What a waste. We have 8 hours to go ahead and finish off this map. So this is you as you start running around in your funky spaceman outfit. You can smack on trees. That takes a long time. You can hit E, and this is your crafting menu. All your inventory is on the left, with the exception of the bar along the bottom. Those are also separate inventory slots, but they're also your hotkeys, 1 to 5, and then Shift 1 to 5. In the right-hand side is your crafting menu. We've got logistics, we got production, we got intermediate products, and we've got combat. This is called pocket crafting. I can just select it and craft items like 2 iron picks, which used up the iron that you saw there. That's going to drop them in my right hand side down here next to my handy dandy pistol. You start with a pistol, 10 rounds and 8 iron bars, 1 burner mining drill, and 1 stone furnace. We're going to cut down about 5 trees here to give us 4 wood each for a total of 20. And then we're going to run over and see what we're going to start with. There's that copper patch I was showing you about. Big coal patch. This may be all we'll ever need for coal, to be honest. Way more than we'll ever need for stone there. And this is a little pot of iron. So we're going to go ahead and put in our mining drill in there. And you rotate things with R. Let me pick that up. Right click to pick it up off again. Drops it in my hotbar there. R to rotate. The yellow indicates the output. This is going to burn. I'm going to give it about half our fuel here. And this is about half our fuel. And it's going to drill from, if you look on the right hand side, expected resources is all iron, 1.7 thousand iron. And then it's going to drop the iron in here as this burns the bar down and produces iron. So while I'm blabbing and wasting time, let's go collect some stone. You can grab these resources by hand by just right clicking on them and holding. We want to get us, 15 stone? No, 10 stone to start with. And then we're going to grab a couple trees. There's our stone. If you control left click, oh, that's only 8. Control left click on a container, chest, or whatever that has resources in it, it will try to take all of those resources. Note if you've got a full chest of them, you're probably not going to take all of those resources. You won't. You may not fit. We'll run into that, and I'm sure 53 frustrating times where we can't quite harvest enough. We can't quite pick up enough because we're all full, and that's fun. Logistics, late game logistics robots are wonderful because they'll like help you sort your stuff. But for now, and for this entire playthrough, to be honest, we're not going to be dealing with that. So one thing I wanted to show you, not sure if how many people know this little gamey play of the or issue here, but if you see this is stone, this is coal. I can actually place a burner mining drill right on that, and it's mouse over it says 1.3 thousand stone and about 1,000 coal. And if I fuel that thing, it's going to actually harvest for me, and it'll drop it right in front. So I'll put a chest there. Oh, it picked up coal that time. Okay, still picking up coal, still picking up coal. It'll do this randomly. I don't know if it's like, maybe it's 5 times and then it switches to the next resource. There it is. 1, 2. Super fast, speedy, right? I was complaining about our 8 seconds, and now I'm sitting here staring at a burner mining drill as it does its thing. It doesn't seem to be exactly 5, maybe. Was anyone else counting? I wasn't. So hit Alt on your keyboard, and it'll put up things. It'll put up a helpful UI. Like if you hit Alt here, it shows the furnace up here. Shows that it's got out. It doesn't have, isn't making anything because it's empty. So let's get to that. The chest has stuff in it, so that's what I was trying to show you. Alright, we'll fuel the mining drill. It's going, and it's produced us 18 more iron. And it takes, these guys take a total, if you look at the bottom, total raw is 9 iron plates and 5 stone, because it has to actually make the gears and then make the plate, or and make the stone furnace. So we're going to put out 2 of those. And that's our next step, is going to be to get coal here. The first few minutes, we're probably going to go fairly slowly through this, just so you can see what's going on. If I turn these so that they face each other, and then just pick up this stack and right-click once, we'll drop 1 piece of wood in there. It'll fuel it. Now it's got a fuel bar that'll last a different length depending on the type of resource. It's going to pick up coal. It's going to drop it in this one. This guy's going to pick up coal, and he's going to drop it in this one. Left control click will take all the coal out of there, and that's our harvest. So I'm going to switch this guy up. That was just something I wanted to show you. And I'm going to drop him over here somewhere, and we're going to get him, dump it into a chest, fuel him back up, and he's going to supply us all our needed stone. And we got enough stone to make a couple more, so we'll make 2 more of those and 2 more of those. If you make your stone furnaces first, it's going to use them in the burner mining drill, so that's why it'll look weird if they disappear on you. Now let's go with this setup. We're going to do this again, and we're going to put in another set, and then hopefully we got a bit of stone or coal down here that we can harvest or fuel these guys with. Left control and right click will drop half the stack in there, and then I can drop the left click to drop the other stack in there. If I shift right click again, it takes half back. Then I pick up the stack, and I'm going to divide it with that one. Okay, makes sense? I thought so. Clear as mud, right? Okay, next thing I want to do is put out a couple more mining drills. We're going to up this to 8. We're going to up this to about 10 we can loop around here. Then we're going to put about 4 copper ones in there, 2 or 3 of the stone, and then we're going to go ahead and get us some power. After that, we're going to get our science online for just a very basic pocket build science. Let's keep you fueling, keep taking your stone, and build some more furnaces. We have 2 of them there. We're gonna do this, and then we're gonna hit R to rotate this guy. Hey, look, you spewed out some coal on my feet. Alright, that's good. More coal. Now these 4 will all loop. As long as you keep them in a loop facing each other, they'll just keep filling until all of them are full, which is gonna be 50 coal in each of them. Pardon me. And each of them is going to fuel for us, and then we can come back here and grab some iron and grab some stone. We'll just keep doing this until we've got a big supply of iron going on here. Then we're going to put down the copper. I think we'll do 2 more of these iron right away. And then, yeah, like that and like that. And then I'm just trying to see if we could fit 3 more guys up here. So we'll have 8 in total. There, that's a very little bit of fuel for you. Oops, shut you off. Yeah, so there we go. We got our coal flowing a little bit. Got a little bit more there. And we got our iron mostly flowing now. Right now it's just kind of a bounce back and forth, do a little of this, do a little of that, do a little of this, do a little of that. Let's get a couple more stone furnaces down into this line. If you want to overlay some items, you can just overlay, boom, that just turns them. There you go. And actually, let's put this up to 8, and that'll be the amount that we need to finish that off. That'll get us enough coal to get our system started until we can get up to electric mining drills. A little bit more stone, please, Mr. Stone Miner. Excellent. And there we go. And there we go. Alright, this will be 2. I don't know. I don't think I grabbed... Did you see if I grabbed... No, I didn't. Didn't grab any coal. So, I need one more furnace for that. That was an example. I had actually thought I'd queued up all the ones I needed, but we hadn't. Because I queued up the stone furnace first, so... Oops, no, don't do that. That would be repeating the same problem. Alright, now... There we go. Now we're starting to get decent sized stacks of resources. The burner mining drills burn through resource faster than your stone furnaces will. More guys running out of fuel here. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Okay, what's next? Where are we at? Well, that was about 10 minutes, and we've got ourselves 8 furnaces going, 5 furnaces burning iron, 2 burning copper. We want to up the copper to maybe 3 or 4, and then we want to up the iron here to the finish off with the 8. Can we do that now? 3 of those. 7, 8, 9, 10. You, oh, and you, and then we're gonna put in our furnaces. There we go. Oh, not enough, not enough. Come on, furnace. Oh, you're out of fuel. No. Get things cooking. Now we're cooking with gas. And you can go in there. And one more furnace. There we go. That gives us what we need for our fuel. Hey, get cooking, dude. Where do we go? There you are. And one more. Let's grab the fuel out of you. Then drop some in you. See, there we go. Now we can stand here. We can grab all our iron as it's cooked. There we go. 202 iron. That's a good start. We're gonna need a bunch more stone for our initial furnace build, or boiler build for power. We're going to be doing the 1 pump, 14 boilers ratio, and then 1 steam engine. 10 steam engines. So this is the boiler. It uses a stone furnace and some pipe to make a boiler that's basically once you insert a fuel into it, it will heat the water coming through it from the underground or from the offshore pump. We'll connect it and boil the water. Then you can pump that water down the line into the into the steam engines, which will produce your power. We're going to put 10 of them in rows of 10 of them, and that's going to give us the 10 megawatt power. We're going to actually put them up in here somewhere, so we are going to have to cut through a bunch of trees. So let's get one more furnace here down, take a few moments to fuel things, and then go start hacking some trees while stuff cooks. Stack there. Maybe throw some more in here. Keep cooking up my supplies. Let's make sure the copper's fueled. We only have 2 of them, and if they run out, that would be unfortunate. Very unfortunate. There we go. That's alright. That's enough. Good. There we go. We got, look at that, 102. So we're going to make 1 offshore pump. We're going to make 10 steam engines. We're going to go over to logistics and build 3 sets of underground pipes. We need some more stone, and we need that guy to have some more fuel. You know what? I think we're gonna upgrade to 2 of these. Nah, no, we already got everything queued up. That's fine. Boilers, we need 14 of them. Let's fuel you. And 13. We got enough for 13 there, and we got enough for 14. Let's build all those. There we go. Now we're gonna take our handy dandy stone axe and get over here and start removing the. I think we'll put it right along this flat line in here, this flat line of coast here. Let's remove the forest. I would really like in this playthrough to be able to show you the poison pods. They're absolutely fantastic. Every time I come near trees and have to actually clear some trees, I think, man, I should really get some poison pods. If we have, like, say, lots of ammunition, you can hold C and you can, like, blast the tree. But that's gonna just, you know, take forever, because this gun is, using a pistol to cut down a tree, you can imagine, is not exactly hyper efficient. For a speed run, maybe your map would be more importantly focused on having it clear of trees, but for the most part, we won't have to cut trees, for days, but we are going to run into a few spots on this map where we're going to hit like resources that are covered in trees and other things like that, where we're just going to have to bite the bullet and hack our way through the forest. Once we get steel, we can chop them down a lot faster. I'm not sure if it's actually twice the speed, but it's pretty decent after you get that. And then when you get armor-piercing ammunition, you can shoot them up pretty quick. Grenades, cluster grenades. Roku commented on that. That's great. I love it. You get grenades, and then they're pretty lame. And then you upgrade them, upgrade their damage, and then you start getting these things called cluster grenades. It uses a ton of grenades, and it's amazing. And it just literally blasts through like miles of forests and other things. And it's maybe not as fast as using poison capsules, but it's a whole lot of bang and a whole lot of boom. Everybody likes to blow stuff up. Alright, where are we going to put the offshore pump? You know what? We're going to go with a double set of this. So there we go. Another 5 of you. Couple undergrounds. Okay. We're going to run one line. Can we start? Yeah, we're going to start one line there. And then I want to make it come back far, start the pumps or the boilers far enough back that we have enough room to both walk by the top and line them all up so they end at the same spot. So somewhere about here. These things can stretch pretty far, but we'll probably put it in about here. That looks good. And then 14 boilers down the line. We'll drag and drop. Boom, like that. And then we put in another 2 spaces to give ourselves a place to walk through. And we put in our... that's 5 of them. And then I like to put in an extra set. This is just, personal preference here, so we can walk through here as well. 4 and 5. You see, and as we future expand out here, we're gonna have to cut out some of this trees, and we actually need some power poles. So let's start those and put those in our favorite slot for power. Now, power poles we want to run down the middle because we're going to put another set of boilers or steam engines here. So we just click and drag, and that'll run it right down the line. Actually, put that guy there. So that'll give us our power connection. Now we just need to fuel these, and we've got power online. Control right click to put bits and pieces in each one, half a stack each time. Now that's power. Now these are still flashing saying you don't have power, but it's not because they're a power producing thing. It's not saying we don't have power. It's saying we aren't using our power anywhere. So let's just run some power across here. Max range there. And if you hold and drop, these things just drop, as you can see, proper full spacing, 2 steps apart. And that's going to give us the ability to put in a couple drills here, electric mining drills to run our fuel to. Let's fuel things up here again. These guys have stopped because they filled right up, so we're getting 50 from each of them. And we put half stacks in everything now. That'll give us lots of fuel. Where are we at? 20 minutes in, and we've got that far. That's good, folks. Give me the fuel. Let's see if we can get a little bit of science going on here. So we're going to build 2 science packs, or 2 science labs. And then we're going to build 10 science packs. That'll do. And then we want some electric inserters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 I think we're going to need. Let's build 10 of those. We wanted to expand that power right away as well. So we've got 5 of the steam engines. There's another 5 steam engines. 5, 10, 15, but we only need 14 boilers. So take 1 off the list. And then burner inserters. 30, but we only need 28, so let's drop 2 of you off the list. There we go. And I'm going to want to have some belts for our science. And then we're going to queue up 20 more science packs. Perfect. Now, first thing we're going to get science-wise is going to be our automation, so we can put in automated plants to build the... Oh, hi, big hunk of stone. To build the automated science packs for us, so we can get the science automated. We should be able to get that done, hopefully, this round. So that big rock, it's just an obstacle, but it does yield some 20 points of... Let's fuel those guys right up. Some 20 points of stone, or units of stone for us, so we might as well get them out of the way and take the stone now when we actually need it. There's 3... Where's our science packs? There we go. There's our science packs. I keep calling them science packs. Our science labs. Once you drop your first one, if you're in single player mode, won't happen quite the same way in multiplayer, which I highly suggest you do. You're going to be brought up to the science screen here. This is all your research available. The yellow is the stuff that's available. Red is not yet unlocked. So like alien technology, and we're eventually going to go for the rocket silo. That's the end game goal. The automation is our first one. This will provide us with the assembling machine 1s and the red or long-handled inserters. That means we can make those 10 science packs. So it's red science pack 1, the red science, times 1, and then do it times 10 times. So each time a science lab uses it, it will take 10 seconds, consume 1 science pack, and they have to do that route 10 times. So we're going to pick automation, start the research, drop our other lab, put half of our science packs in there, and the other half in there. There's the last one. So we get 5 and 5. That'll be enough to finish automation. Automation is showing in the top right here, and the bars progressing as we finish, as each lab finishes its science. So on with the next step. We're actually, once those guys are done, I should have put them differently. I'm going to set up a rather temporary... How are we going to do this? Let's put the... come back for the science. Let's put the rest of the power in. So I want to have 10 megawatts of power. That'll do us for maybe a video or two until we get our big smelting lines online. And we are going to go very, very heavy on the resource development at the beginning. There's our first science finish that quick. Logistics gives us the ability to use underground belts, fast inserters, and splitters. That's going to be great. Everything up here is currently available, but some of them, like this one, take green science, which we're not going to do it yet. So I know we're not going to get attacked right away because we started with a big start space, so we won't be polluting the aliens anytime soon. I do want to do optics to get lighting. Normally I would not, because normally you just play through in the day-night cycle, and when there's light around, it's fine. You may have seen the flashlight cone. He basically has like a headlamp, little miner's cap on, so you can see what you're doing. But as on YouTube, the videos are going to be really annoying to watch if they are constantly in the dark, or at least half the time in the dark. So I'm going to put optics and try to remember to give you all some light, because everybody likes to see what's going on. This is going to be, we're going to need to leave, so if you hold shift and click, it's going to leave a phantom version of the thing. So we're going to need 3 spaces, and then we're going to start running these down. And those phantoms just disappear the moment you click anything, put anything else in their way, or right click to delete them. And space down here. Oh, see, we're even running into getting trees in the way by just this one set of 10 megawatt power. So each of these produce half a megawatt of power, so having 20 of them is going to give us 10 megawatts of power. Those guys are all connected to the same poles as these other guys. Now we've got our belt, so we're going to run the belt down the middle. And we're just doing a feed of these burner inserters. And they actually will consume fuel. Oh yes, that's supposed to be there. I didn't put the belt long enough. They'll actually consume fuel themselves to operate, so you do need to keep that in mind. They're very inefficient and they're polluters. They're very slow, but for this, they're not going to be feeding very often. So, pardon me, as we provide fuel to these guys, we're going to run that for future use. We're going to have to space that way. And then I think we're going to bring the fuel line down about here. Give us a little space. We're going to drop a chest in here and tell it to be picking up off this belt and dropping off onto that. What that's going to do is that'll, if this fuel backs up, it'll give us a little buffer of fuel in the chest, and you'll find out very quickly I'm a big fan of buffers. We throw fuel in there, and we fuel that guy. Since there's a little power still in the line, he's going to start running. That's an electric inserter. As opposed to the fuel inserter, so he's using electricity to running down the coal, dropping it in here, and these guys are picking up. If you see them, when they first get a piece of coal in front of them, wait for it. He's still really He's very busily fueling this side. There we go. These guys are going to fight over who grabs the last one. He pulled it and stuck it in his own belly. Now he's fueled up. He's got 2 in. He's got a full burner. He's going to keep fueling. So that's how it works. They'll just run down there and do their thing. Let's run this coal up along here. Where's the coal going to come out? Somewhere over here, south of these poles. Let's build a few more of those. Right click by hitting 5. What am I saying? Right click on a thing in your crafting menu, produces 5 of them. We're going to run over here and we're going to be building this that we got in our research last time. So I need 6 of these. 4, 5, and 6. And the reason I need 6 of them is science labs. If you look at this, they produce, no, not that. That's going to use the science. If I get my assemblers, they produce, or where's their speed? There you go. Assembly machine. No, that's how long it takes. Science labs. There we go, Drake. You're bumbling all over the place. There we go. Science pack 1 takes 5 seconds. Science pack 2 takes 6 seconds. So if we want to produce 1 science per second, which is kind of what we're going for to start, we're eventually going to double this, but we'll start with 5 science packs. 5 science packs at a time, so 1 per second. So over here, we want to make somewhere up here. Okay, so this is going to insert onto, it doesn't really matter which side of the belt it goes onto. Because, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in, hi, science. We're going to get interrupted by science. Go with logistics. That's a 20 piece, but we're not pocket building them. We're going to put them in the machines. So the first things first is, what does a science pack need? 1 copper plate and 1 iron gear. So let's make this guy build iron gear wheels. That's how you do it. You just select the job. He cannot do like we can, click a science pack and just make a science pack. It needs to be fed with the components as is. So for now, we're going to fake this in and put in a inserter and feed the iron right out of a chest. That's fine. He's going to then output, which way are we going? Output to the right. He's going to output onto a belt, and as belts go and inserters go, you're going to end up dropping on the right-hand side of the inserter. Okay, so the inserter grabs from this side, drops on this side, so there's 2 lanes in this inserter, either side of the yellow. That's going to be one, this is going to be another. So we can have one inserter run into another, and this inserter will just dump things onto just the left side of this longer ride. So let's do that, and not there. And for now, we're going to put an inserter onto here and do the same sort of thing. Oh, we ran out of chests. Let's grab one more. Do the same sort of thing and put a chest here, and it's going to have the copper in it. Let's put all that copper. And if you've got something in your hand you don't want, you can drop it on the belt. I'll show you that in just a second. So this is going to be our science packs, and now our science pack is going to be picking up from this side the components it needs. As it takes 5 seconds to do, it really doesn't matter how fast your inserter is. The inserter is going to be waiting constantly for jobs. So we're going to set that as the science pack ones, or the red in science. And let's do this. We're going to shift to place these. It's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And then these are going to have an output. So this is just because I wanted to double it up later, so we'll have the space for it. Put this out on a belt over here, and that's going to run right into the pole. Leave room for that. And we need some more belts. We're going to get some more iron for that, and we're going to need some more inserters. So let's grab some iron. Let's get these guys out of here because they're not working now, and we're going to place them over on the right. All of our stuff, because I'm talking so much and going so slow in this first one, all of our stuff is back up. So we're at about time for the video here, end of time for the video here. So I'm going to go ahead and put in a cut here right after we get this science set up. I was hoping to get that done early. I really wanted to get that finished for you ahead of time, or before the end of this video. So we're going to push through a couple minutes. I'm going to aim for about 30 minutes. I'm notorious for going overtime on those things, but you should be expecting somewhere between 25 and 30 minutes, and a daily feed for sure on this. Alright, so our input is there and our output is there. We'll fill in those others later. And inputs and outputs, just click and drag. So if I click here, drag around, oh, I'm out of those things. Good example. Holding an item and hitting Z will drop it, or Z will drop it on the belt. Oops, no, I want to just click and drag and fill those in. There we go. Now if we bring this belt down, if we have belt, now we just have to power things here and we will get them going. So let's drop some power on over there, there, and there. Now this machine is going to get the iron plates, turn out iron gears for us, and this guy's going to grab what he needs and put them in there. We need a few more power poles. Excellent. So thank you so much for watching. This is our science build. We've got red science set up. We've got 10 megawatts of power going in here. Let's come up here and drop the rest of the fuel over here so he can keep fueling. And then we're going to set up fuel source for this and start into next episode. So next episode we really want to do is to start setting up our infrastructure a little more. We need a lane of an iron ore smelting space that's better than the ones that we've got here. This is just, hand-fed nonsense. So we're going to put in a proper iron ore feed, we're going to put in a proper copper ore feed, and then we're going to try to up things to 10. So we got 10 of these science going, and hopefully put in 10 or 12 rather of the science for green science, and that'll get us going for quite a while before we end up having to go and do any further upgrades. Let's put these guys on as red packs as well. If we shift right click, it highlights in green and you can copy and paste. Well, thank you so much for watching. As this is the beginning of the series and new to this channel, I would really appreciate it if you gave me a big fat thumbs up on that. Liking the video seems to help things out. Appreciate your time. I hope you'll enjoy the series. I know I'm going to enjoy it. And we will see you in the next one. Subscribe if you want to see all of them as they come out. Until next time, see you in game.